Hey, No Brains, No Headache listeners. You can find every episode on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Episodes are available to watch on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment on each episode. Make sure to follow No Brains, No Headache on your favorite social media platform for up-to-date news, clips, and poorly timed jokes. Now let's get into this week's episode.
No brains, no headache. That's the way I like it. Turn my worries into jokes. Set them on fire while we light it.
It's No Brains, No Headache podcast, episode 287. We both survived a wild weekend, and we're back to record to tell you, our loyal listeners, all about it. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to be your host today. I'm Jordan Weichel. Happy to be here, like I just said a moment ago. Damn glad to do so. Next to me is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian. It's the one, the only, the very talented. Some call him Applesauce. Some call him Ongo. It's Matt Cleary. Ongo, what's the energy level like? How's the mentals? How's the chicken?
Not good. Not as bad as you currently. Physically, I feel like I'm broken. I got a concussion this last weekend playing Marco Polo with myself. I dove into the pool and hit my head on the bottom of it immediately. So now I got this huge gash on my head.
Well, you'll know you're concussed if you start going down Wikipedia rabbit holes. Isn't that the latest correlation that you've discovered if you are concussed?
I was on Wikipedia quite a bit today. Let me see what I was looking up.
How many missed emails did you have?
240.
Oh gosh. Did you get through them, or were you just like delete all?
I just like, if it's important enough, they'll email me again. Yeah, so that was brutal. Like, okay, there's the high of going on a trip and getting there and then being on the trip, and then there's also like a mini high when you finally get home, and then there's a cliff you fall off of when you have to go to work the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole body hurts. I think I tore my meniscus.
Okay, now we're just piling up made up injuries.
My knee does hurt, so really
doesn't mean you tore your meniscus.
True.
If that's the case, I need 2 hip replacements. You know what? Just cut off the lower half of my body. Give me some metal legs. We'll be fine.
That'd be pretty sweet. You'd be like that guy that shot his girlfriend that was in the Olympics.
Pistorius?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a wild guy. Yeah, that guy's mentals are not great.
Yeah, but South Africa has the rule where it's like once you spend like 5 years in prison, no matter what the crime is, you just get let go. He's already out.
True.
It's something like that. I think I exaggerated it, but he's already out.
They have like a max penalty that you can reach.
I know Brazil has it's 50 years in Brazil. So like there was a guy that like killed like 250 people back in the 70s, and he just got out of prison.
I'm looking this up. This is No Brains, No Headache, people. Take it for what it's worth. Whatever we say on this podcast could be tough, could be untrue. Max penalty for South Africa. Oh, prison. I should probably say prison. All right. I love how I typed in max prison penalty for South Africa, and Google's like, did you mean maximum prison penalty? No, I meant a guy named fucking Max in South Africa. What did you think? I'm a little hot today. Okay. Had one of those days. Come home to No Brains, No Headache Studio South, and it's just a fucking tornado. Somebody clogged my toilet. That's what I get. Hey, Jordan, can we stay at your house and just fucking destroy it and then leave? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let me go fuck my. Let me go get a hotel. I'll get the hotel. You guys stay here. And you know what? Fuck the toilet. Just take a shit in the sink while you're at it. Maybe you can clog that motherfucker.
Be some thick piss.
I meant a shit in the sink. Anyway.
USA Hockey, congrats. They won the gold medal. I woke up at 6 a.m. Arizona time and watched it. It's a pretty sweet game. And then right after the game, I was just sitting there and flipping through the channels, and lo and behold, the movie Miracles on TV. And I watched that entire thing too. Really revs your engine. But I do have just so many problems with the movie Miracle. Mainly about.
What do you mean problems? You were quoting the entire movie. When I showed up to the Airbnb, that was pretty cool to see Miracle on. And it was one of it's not like it's a bad movie beginning to end by any means.
It's a great movie. It's just,
I showed up like at the perfect time. Like it was like halfway through the movie. We kind of got through all the bullshit. Like, who do you play for? Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, Miracle was on. I watched about, let me see here, 0 seconds of the Olympics, any event this year. I don't care. Does that make me un-American?
No, it's the Winter Olympics. Even if you don't care about the Summer Olympics, like
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. My favorite storyline was that like every one of the swimmers in the Summer Olympics got like typhoid from swimming in a river or something.
Quick little side note, South Africa does do up to 25 years or 15 or 10-year increments.
Oh.
Just throwing that out there. Anyway, you were saying Miracle, you got a great.
Okay, a couple problems with it. Great, quotable, like loved, but the hockey part of it is so unrealistic.
Yeah, dude, you went from quoting it, which was hilarious, to just ripping apart the movie.
Well, okay, you score a goal in the second period, the entire team does not come onto the ice to celebrate.
The backup goalie's out there.
Backup goalie, no helmet with his stupid towel, just coming onto the ice. Like one guy blocks a shot, there's 7 guys out there celebrating. Or like they're getting ready to go out for the third period when Herb's like, listen to them, boys. And they're all chanting USA. And he does that with like the group of guys that's on the ice. There's 11 people on the ice. Like only 5 of them can play.
Well, yeah, no, very valid point there. But yeah, they all, every time they had like a little congregation or like a timeout or a break, everybody was like, fuck this bench. And they went onto the ice.
Yeah.
And then looked at the coach that way. Sorry, I'm swearing this episode. I'm pretty hot. Nad Raj is out to play. So
who we playing, Rammer? Sweden. You're damn right, Sweden.
That'll get him going.
What the hell's wrong with you? Put your gear on.
Yeah, I love it. He was like, it was a reverse psychology tactic.
Yeah.
He just calls his players pussies, which honestly, that actually is pretty effective. So kudos to Kurt Russell / Herb Brooks. I mean, it's really hard to tell which is which. But and the thing about the gameplay too is there would be like a scoring opportunity, and the USA goalie would just be on his side, like doing a scissor kick, and save it. And it's just like, why are you not on your skates? Why are you flopping around right now?
In the game against the Soviets, Jim Craig makes multiple diving saves where he's like soccer style goalie jumping for it. Like that happens like never in hockey.
No, there's multiple points and scenes, especially during that Russia game. Obviously, that's like the whole point. But yeah, there's multiple times where the dude is just standing on his head and make some just ridiculous like backhand glove side save. And it's like, what if you were just in normal position? It would probably just be straight to the chest pad, cover it up. We'll have a face off on the dot. But no, why would we do that when we can do the crouching tiger hidden penis pose and it'll be way cooler?
Yeah, that's I don't know. That was brutal. Like rewatching a movie you've seen a million times, but just focusing on like the hockey parts of it, it will ruin some of the parts of the movies for it. It's still the best hockey movie out there. Like I can't really argue. Maybe D2.
I was literally just about to say D2 might be up there,
but the stupid Mighty Ducks Game Changer has really turned me off to anything Mighty Ducks.
Oh, is that series that we analytically broke down every week
for 10 weeks?
We did.
I have a lot of regrets in life, not just the podcast. And analytically breaking down Mighty Ducks Game Changer for 10 weeks is 1, maybe 2.
Dude, I completely forgot about that. And like, yeah, we've done a lot of really just stupid shit on this podcast, but that kind of is up there. It was kind of fun just tearing them apart, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like no filter. Let's just rip apart this children's TV show that we as grown adults decided to just fully invest in.
Well, you had Nick the Stick, who had his podcast and his gay moms.
I hardly remember much about it. I'm trying to.
Yeah. I did watch the entire second season. It was a real
there's a second season?
Yeah, and get this. It has Josh Duhamel in it.
God damn it!
Who we playing, Rammer?
Josh Duhamel. That'll get him going.
It's one of Jordan's trigger words, actually.
Yeah, if Kurt Russell is trying to get me hyped up, he would just have to mention something about Josh Duhamel and then walk away, and he'd be like, that'll get him going, and I'm just fuming.
Dude, this is the best because they had like a Roku TV, and it has like free Roku. Like it's basically Pluto TV. And every morning we would just sit there, be really hungover, drink coffee, and watch just a terrible movie. So like one day we were watching Tremors, and I don't know if you ever seen Tremors, but they like kill one of the snakes and the Asian guy in town.
So it's a worm.
Yeah. Buys it from them, and then he has it in his convenience store, and it's like, take a picture with this, $3.
That's just entrepreneurial. It's
Oh,
just innovative right there. I watched Varsity Blues last night with somebody who'd never seen Varsity Blues, and like that just kind of pissed me off.
oh. James Vanderbeek.
Yeah, I was trying to, it was one of those options on Pluto TV. And side note, Roku TV, I've never really even checked it out, to be honest with you. I might have to switch over to a Roku TV guy.
I think it's a lot of the same channels and stuff, but yeah, it's
don't you tell me that right now.
It's been, what did they have? They had like a Pawn Stars, all 24-hour Pawn Stars. But I want to tell you about this just absolute trail of tears I had getting back to Bismarck, because we had to be out of our Airbnb at 10 a.m.
Hey, at least you made it back. When you depart Bismarck with 5 people and then you land in Bismarck with 4, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 80%, not bad. But we go to we're like, hey, let's just go to Top Golf. And we didn't have room in an Uber for all of us. So we had one car. So they were driving, my sister and another person. We get a Uber to Top Golf. And then I call my sister. I'm like, where are you at? She's like, I went to the wrong Top Golf. And I was like, in what world would you go to a Top Golf that is farther away from the airport that we need to go to? So I sat at Top Golf, ate some pretzel bites, felt a little bit better. I think 3 out of the 5 of us threw up at Top Golf.
Those are good. That's 60%. Those you're still putting up pretty good numbers.
Yeah. And then we were having a conversation whether we were going to go to the airport like 5 hours early and just sleep there or all kill ourselves. The airport won a narrow vote there. Get to the airport, I just fell asleep on a bench like a homeless person. Flying home, there is a college a cappella group on our flight. And mid-flight, they get on the speaker and they're like,
No.
we get a treat for you
No,
guys.
no. You're kidding.
And I'm in the aisle seat right next to where they're all standing.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me we had a bunch of singers who just can sing different notes simultaneously, and the airline was like, hey, you know what? Why don't you guys take over the intercom system and ruin everybody's flight home? What happened to the decorum in this country when you got on a flight, you paid $300 for the flight, and you said, hey, you know what? I don't want to listen to some fucking a cappella group. I want to put in my earbuds. I want to watch Dune, and I want to land in Bismarck and just sign up for therapy immediately upon landing. But instead, they decided, I wasn't even on this flight, and I'm all worked up. They decided that we are gonna actually, you know what? You go ahead and finish. I interrupted you middle of your story. I apologize. Once again, I'm hot right now.
There is a video of them all singing, and then that my brother's friend who was on the flight took the video, and it's a video of them all singing, and then there's just me fast asleep.
I wish I had your sleeping abilities, because I would not be able to sleep at an airport. I'd maybe lie down and rest, but we're not entering any sort of REM cycle. And if there is an a cappella group on my flight, I'm getting up out of my seat and I'm beating the shit out of them. I'm hoping there's an air marshal on flight. I'm grabbing the gun out of the holster, and I'm going to say, this will only take a second.
Shoot myself in the head.
Hey, Tone Rangers. How about you grab some fucking leather and shut the fuck up?
What would you rather have? An a cappella group be on your plane or a whole bunch of exotic snakes that are poisonous?
You know, you put it that way, the a cappella group's not sounding too bad. If you put it that way, I might join the what did they sing?
It was some like religious song too. Like,
oh my God, literally, oh my God. Of all things, you couldn't even do like Gary Come on the kick drum. No. Stop.
And in that video, you
dude,
just see my
that
head.
Sounds so fucking terrible. Like that the acoustics in an airplane are the worst for an a cappella group, arguably in the entire world. Maybe underwater would be number one, and on an airplane would be number two. I would be writing a strongly worded letter to the airline and being like, hey, you know what? Don't send me the video, Matt. Do not send me the video.
I sent you the video. It's just so you could see me just fast asleep. I was right in the thick of it. There was 5 of them. I'm right in the middle of them.
This is like, screw everything that I said earlier that pissed me off. This is upsetting me. And I wasn't even there. I wasn't even on the flight.
Every flight I go on from now on, I'm going to go up to like the counter and be like, there's no a cappella groups flying on this flight, is there? Like, no, why? But you'd be surprised.
Okay. Question I have is, what were they trying to accomplish? Were they trying to get murdered middle of 30,000 feet? Were they trying to get the shit kicked out of them upon arriving? What was the goal of them being like, hey, I can't shut my little trap for more than 2 hours at a time. I got a note stuck in here that just needs to breathe. Gary, come on the kick drum, if you know what I mean.
I don't even know. And then I was waiting at baggage carousel
and they're like, you start hearing them again.
You shut the fuck up.
We heard you already.
I was waiting at baggage carousel and a fucking trombone comes out. And the guy I'm sitting next to is like, is that my trombone or yours?
Is that anybody else's trombone? I don't want to jump the gun here and grab somebody else's trombone.
Yeah.
And then second question, who approved of the Tone Rangers taking over this plane?
That'd be a great name for an a cappella group.
Yeah, that's Gary come on the kick drum.
Oh,
the breakup, Matt. We talked about the breakup, the movie.
Oh yeah,
over the weekend.
My sister's been through a lot.
Move yourself.
Oh God.
Yeah, there are few things. No, that's a lie. There's a lot of things in this world that upset me. And indirectly hearing about somebody on a flight. It was a Monday, right? It was Monday flight from Arizona to North Dakota. So that is just screaming everybody hates themselves. They just had a weekend of fun down in the sun. And now the trip's over. Like I would be hard pressed if you try to tell me otherwise, that people are flying from Mesa to Bismarck and they're just starting their vacation. On a Monday flight, an a cappella group takes over. I mean, if that happens on a flight that I'm on in that situation, we're going to put 9/11 to shame. Like,
yeah.
And and you know how from 9/11 we had all these like updated like security measures. If that happens on my flight, you're going to have to get some level 5 clearance if you're in an a cappella group trying to fly. And I'm just going to warn the airlines now, because they're definitely listening to this superbly popular podcast that a lot of people definitely listen to, because it's professionally produced and very intelligent. I'm kind of doing this with my hands right now, and it feels right, but also wrong at the same time. But I'm going to keep doing it. And the acapella group I'm just going to go ahead and say they could just fuck off. I would be landing in Bismarck with an assault charge.
I was trying to think of what they could sing that wouldn't piss me off, but there's really nothing at that moment. I just had what
Ground
equates
control to Major Tom. Sitting in a tin can.
He's just smoking a pipe on a helicopter. Thanks a lot, 9/11.
Yeah. Well, and then how did the people react? How did the fellow flight people on your flight, the passengers, how did they react?
Well, it was probably 150, 200 people. And I'm going to guess there was probably 30 of them that were really into it. So 30 people clapping on an airplane gets pretty loud.
Oh my God. The people started clapping when they were done?
Yeah.
I'm sure they clapped when you landed, the son of a bitch, too.
No, that was just me.
Oh. Why would you clap for an a cappella group singing on your goddamn airplane and not clap when the son of a bitch lands safely on the runway?
Yeah, I mean, when you're flying what equates to Spirit,
also, how full of yourself do you have to be where you're like, I'm so talented, I need this whole plane to just know how talented that we are. You don't see Matt or I being like, hey, I got a killer 5-minute set. You mind if I just share it with the rest of the people here?
Yeah.
You don't even see a Catholic priest being like, hey, you mind if I lead prayer real quick? Because a Catholic priest actually has the peace of mind to not be a fucking asshole and ruin everybody's experience on that flight. Everybody has their earbuds in. Everybody's on their phone. They're probably reading. They're probably sleeping. And you decide of all times, of all places, to sing your stupid goddamn a cappella song with 35,000 feet in the air on your way from Mesa, Arizona to Bismarck, North Dakota. Get fucking real. At least do it on your way to like New York City, where there's a bunch of fucking ferries flying around and maybe there's a talent agent on board who might pick you up. But to Bismarck? Come on. Nobody wants to hear that. This is why air travel is nosediving. And I'm sure you wish that plane nosedived. If I was the pilot, middle of their song, I would have just cranked the wheel really quick. I would have put that seatbelt sign on and just give her the old shimmy shake.
I mean, it was the perfect time because we were probably right above the Rockies. We could have just hit a mountain.
Then at least sing John Denver or something.
Some lady was trying to take a photo or a video of like us taking off and dropped her phone.
What kind of quality of video are you going to get? Have you ever never been on a plane before? It goes up in the air and then it comes down.
No, like I've seen them. They're actually pretty cool, but like she was taking
Don't defend her now.
She was taking a video of it and then dropped her phone and I could just hear it sliding back from the plane.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts and my emotions right now, and it is just not working.
Yeah,
I wasn't even, just for their listeners' context, I wasn't even on this flight, and I am pissed off.
I'm just glad to be home. Got to do some grocery shopping. Found out I still had a couple Frescas in the fridge when I got home, so
I'm sure that was a pleasant little surprise.
Yeah.
Well, I think after we're done here, after I throw my podcast equipment off my balcony, I'm going to go get some chicken wings. Hopefully that makes me feel better.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's worse ways that I could deal with my anger, you know, heroin, gambling, drag racing, and I choose chicken wings.
I've never seen a heroin addict be like upset unless they can't get more heroin.
That's usually where their anger resides, is the not getting more heroin for their fix.
But other than that, you have no other problems.
I mean, besides, you know, the infection in your fucking elbow, but whatever. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot today, people. I'm trying to be better about that. And it really wasn't happening. So I'm going to go ahead and make the executive decision here. Matt, that was our housekeeping. I appreciate you bringing up some really good talking points, but let's get into it. Episode 287.
Okay. Let's party.
I was just going through some stuff that I found entertaining this week, and I really like local elections, like kind of like statewide stuff. But for example, in South Dakota, if you go to see who's in their governor's race, there's an independent that's running, and all it says is web developer and criminal sex offender.
Got my vote.
And he said, I read a news article about him that he's like, I have a background in community service. And I was like, it should not count if it's court ordered community service.
You know, this is just a guy who knows how to stack his resume in his favor. Okay. Now, sometimes in life, you come across these situations, you get yourself into a sticky spot. And if you can kind of, you know, spin that a little bit, I mean, kudos to you. So I'm not a resident of South Dakota. However, if I were, is this South Dakota we're still talking about?
Yep.
If I were, you know, it's going to be a tough decision. I'll tell you that for free.
But the other one I'm really intrigued on is the MyPillow Guy.
Okay.
Mainly because he's running for governor of Minnesota. And he is a dynamite interview because he'll just be like, yeah, I used to be a crack addict. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then he made his fortune selling pillows. And then he wrote a book. And he used his campaign funds to buy $189,000 worth of his book.
What I mean, once again, I see what's wrong with that. However, I'm saying pretty resourceful. It's called the Poophole Loophole, Minnesota. Pretty known for those kind of things.
But then they're like,
if any state knows about loopholes, it's Minnesota. And the fact that a guy running for some sort of elected office position is using a loophole in his favor, that kind of like the Somalians are going to look at that and be like, I like this guy. He's going to be the captain now.
But he was like getting interviewed on some news, and he's like, they asked him about it, and he's like, well, yeah, we glad you brought that up. But it's like, oh, no, you aren't.
Great question.
And he's like, well, we did buy my memoir from MyPillow Incorporated. They gave us a great deal on it. I'm like,
you mean by they, you mean you?
you. And then he's like, employee owned MyPillow is going to benefit greatly from this. We got a great deal from them. And it's like, he owns 99% of MyPillow. This is a direct benefit to him. But it was just great. I like
Matt, what's stopping you from writing a book or running for governor?
I did actually get asked today if I was running for like a local office, and my response was fuck no.
Did they mistake you for somebody else, perhaps?
Yeah, that actually happened the other week. Someone was like, Matt, hey, I'm Josh's dad. Completely thought that I was my brother. He's like, I really like what you're doing in politics. And I'm like, and I was like, this conversation's not going on very much longer. So I was just like, yeah, thanks, man. Just walked away.
It's like my hobbies include recording one of the dumbest podcasts in the history of podcasts once a week with my very dumb and angry friend, Jordan.
That's most planning I did this week was how to get drugs back from Arizona.
Doesn't really take a whole lot of planning. I'm just saying. Yeah,
but that's the point.
Up my ass. It kind of felt good to get back to my drug dealing ways. Yeah, you know,
buying legal drugs in a legal state. I like to live life on the edge.
I also like to live dangerously. Yeah, that's tough. I'm just saying, Matt, you know, here's what we're going to do. We're each going to write a book. Okay? Then we're each going to run for office. And then we're just going to I'll buy yours, you buy mine. And we don't really have any intention of winning whatever elected spot we're after. We're just trying to get on the New York Times bestsellers list.
Apparently all you have to do is like pay like $200 and you get that sticker on your book.
Is it like the Better Business Bureau where it's just like, yeah, if you just pay the $400, we'll give you the AAA or whatever? Because that's a scam as well.
Oh, yeah.
I digress. Oh, MyPillow Guy. Good for him. Hey, Matt, would you ever get a vasectomy?
That's where you get your dick cut off, right? Yeah.
Snip. No, they do. They don't remove the penis, as far as I know. I'm not really sure on the procedure personally, and I'm not a medical doctor nor a biologist. I got like a D in biology in college, and school I went to that was passing, so never took it again. But I believe they. Okay, we got to look this up. I was about to very confidently talk about a vasectomy. Okay. It prevents the penis from releasing sperm in fluid called semen during sex. What?
Yeah, so you're still just blowing loads. There's just no swimmers in them.
So what is it, just like Elmer's glue coming out, or what's happening there?
I'm pretty sure it's probably the same.
Oh, during this the next sentence really would clear this up. During this minor surgery, a surgeon cuts and seals the tubes that carry sperm. Low risk. Takes a little anesthetic. Bag of
Yeah.
frozen peas, you'll be fine.
I spelt vasectomy so wrong that the recommendation for it in Google was for a prescription drug for reducing heart attacks called Vascepa.
I mean, you may want to look into that as well.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Vascepa. Are you fat?
But would you ever get one, do you think?
I don't know. Probably. I don't really want kids, so like I would get one tomorrow.
I mean, are you just spreading your seed around with these?
I'm
You know
pretty sure
who got laid recently? It's the a cappella group that sang on your plane. I'm sure those dudes were they could barely walk out of that airport without just getting sexually assaulted.
I'm pretty sure being in an a cappella group's the closest you can get to being Mormon without actually being Mormon.
I'm pretty sure being in an a cappella group is the same as a vasectomy.
Yeah.
It's like a cappella group or vasectomy. Take your pick.
They're like, yeah, we're pretty short on sopranos this week, so they just kick a guy in the dick till his voice is higher.
Put your hands on my shoulder. A lot of singing today, and that really
Bop, bop,
upsets me.
bop, bop, bop.
What if somebody's giving you $1 amount right now to get a vasectomy? Where are you putting your number at? $4, $5? What are we thinking?
60.
What if okay, here's one for you. What if you met like the woman of your dreams, checks off all the boxes that you like, and we're just going to really sugarcoat this one. Comes from a very wealthy family, like everything is just cake. It's wonderful. You guys are in love and you're going to get married. She's like, "Here's the deal. You got to get a vasectomy." Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, whatever, that's fine. What if she was like,
people I know are like married couples that don't have kids and they can just do whatever they want. Everyone's like, I love my kids, but they're ruining my life.
it's like, that doesn't sound like love. But
yeah,
whatever.
it's like, oh, she's so sweet. And it's like,
actually, I stand corrected. Literally like a week ago on this podcast, I said, you said that you would let this chick ruin your life. And I said, that's called love. So I'm really eating my words. I can't think straight right now. I still got this fucking Tone Rangers Allegiant Airlines thing going on in my head. I'm also pretty upset about somebody who left a half turd in my toilet earlier. Like,
would you have rather it just been a full shit?
Oh yeah, honestly, I would have rather than just don't even flush. Like, come on, let's just at that point. That's just an insult at that point. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah.
We were like just trying to like leave the Airbnb, and someone was like took a shit, took a shower, and like was in there for like an hour. And I'm like, hey, if you wouldn't mind if I could get into the bathroom, or I could just shit my pants. That's an option too.
How come I have a feeling I know who that was? Sounds familiar to my morning as well, but what can you do? Moving on, No Brains, No Headache, episode 287.
Do you think you were born in the wrong generation?
Now, when we say generation, like, are we just going by like decades, or like, do I wish I was like my parents' age, or do I wish I was like a fucking 7-year-old right now. What does that mean?
Where do you think that your current self would you fit in better in a different generation?
Yeah, I think I think if I was like teens into 20s in the 80s, like if I could have attended a Motley Crue concert in their prime and I'm like at the ripe age of like my high teens, early 20s, yeah, that would really thoroughly enjoy that. Just we are just in this modern age of, I don't know how to put this, but we're in this modern age of just no ball pussy losers. I don't really know how else to describe that. I think I live
groups.
a lot of acapella groups, a lot of people leaving half turds in toilets, just no respect anymore. And I just feel like I live a pretty alternative lifestyle. And like we talked about it the other week of us being raised Catholic and constantly having this Catholic guilt. I feel like that would just kind of like not take care of all my problems, but I would probably just feel better about like my life and like how I do things. Cause right now it's just constantly like, oh, you go out and have a little fun. Oh, that was wrong. Like, oh, you can't go do that. You did it wrong. Like you fucked up over here. You tried your best, but guess what? You still fucked up. Yeah. And I feel like I just have like old fashioned tendencies, like of just like communicating to people. I prefer pretty much like face-to-face communication, whatever happened to the day where you just go knock on somebody's door and see if they're home and they can come out and play. That doesn't happen anymore. I've never been really much of like a video game guy. As far as tech is concerned, I mean, this MacBook I got is pretty sweet, but I was fine without it for 32 years. I think I would be just fine without it. Crossword puzzles would be way cooler and relevant. Yeah, I just feel like I live an alternative lifestyle. Did you want to answer this question, or was there like a punchline or something you had planned, or were you just curious?
I was mainly more curious, but I've like myself, couple things. I don't like to work very hard, so I'm probably not gonna go back in time very much, but there's like a cutting off point, and I was like, when would be like the invention of the automobile? And I found my perfect point. I would want to be born anywhere after 1904 because that is when Frank Lloyd Wright invented the bathroom stall.
And if you were born in 1904, there'd probably be nobody singing a cappella on your airplane. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like we left the Cubs game at spring training. And they're like, hey, we're just gonna walk down to this bar, and I was like, why don't we get an Uber? I'm like, it's only 0.9 miles, and I was like, yeah, I'll just get an Uber.
Well, and to add to my my point, like, yeah, it would have been great, like to like kind of live those teens and 20s during the 80s. And then you know what else would have been cool about the 90s is affording a home.
Yeah.
Like that would have been pretty sweet. Like it probably would have invested in Apple, It just would have been nice to like kind of like having a little bit easier entrance into the adult life instead of just like it just feels like at our age, like you do a great job of it. So kudos to you. I mean, you have your life in order. I don't, but it's just like, it just feels like everything's stacked against you. Like, oh, you want to buy a house? That's not going to happen. You want to buy a car? That's just not going to happen. And I really don't have much desire for those things, to be perfectly honest with you. But it just would have been nice to have like as an option and not have to like, sign off your unborn children to the bank for a mortgage, like things like that. Like the Bronco before we redid the Bronco. I probably would have owned a Ford Bronco is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so there's that. And dude, plus you think about the 80s and the 90s, like it was a booming time back then, man. And the music was just fantastic. But think about all the people you could see live in their prime.
I don't know if this is good to say out loud, and I probably shouldn't, but I feel like back in the day, it was way easier to get away with crimes too.
For sure. When the
Yeah.
100,000% agree with that. Still kind of is a little easy today as long as you're just not a complete moron.
Yeah, but you can't go around like doing big crimes because like everywhere has a camera.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, like Frank Abagnale from Catch Me
Yeah.
If You Can. Like before check fraud was a thing, we probably could have been frauding some checks, and that would be cool.
I love when
Be a
his
rush.
mom's like, "Oh, let me just write a check for it. I'm sure I can cover the balance." He's like, "Your son owes us $1.6 million." She's like, "Okie dokie then."
Or when he comes home from school and she's clearly just getting trucked by her
Oh yeah.
husband's friends, and she's like, "How about some money for some record albums? I'll make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That'll make you feel better." It's just like, okay. Okay, mom, what would make me feel better if you weren't just getting T-boned
Yeah.
by dad's friends. That's what would make me feel better.
I love what's the dad saying when he's like, "There's two types of mouse in this world," and it's fucking Christopher Walken too. He's like, one that churns butter and the other that doesn't. And it's like, okay, what are we doing here?
He's like, two mice fall into a can of cream. It's like, okay, what kind of analogy are we starting off
Yeah.
here? One
Also,
mice,
you got to throw that cream away. Mice are riddled in diseases.
yeah. One mice quickly gives up and drowns.
Yeah.
The other one keeps going and churns it into butter. It's like, okay, I don't think that's how it works. Why are the mice why was the cream sitting out like that, uncovered, first of all?
And why would you eat butter that was churned by a mouse? This isn't Ratatouille.
Yeah, or why do the Yankees always win? Because the other team can't stop looking at the pinstripes. That's not true. Nobody cares about the pinstripes. The pinstripes are the least of their worries. They're trying to hit a goddamn curveball, not look at the goddamn pinstripes.
I
They're
love
trying
when
to take steroids.
I love when his dad tries to get a bank loan. He's like, "Just drive me to the door," and his son like never drove before, just drills the curb.
Just smokes the curb, and then he gets out of the car, and his dad's like, "Wipe that grin off your face." Oh man.
And then he's like 16 and clearly just buys a prostitute at a hotel.
Oh, for sure. And he lasts about 14 seconds. And he's just like, he bangs that flight attendant and he goes, "This is my most favorite day ever," or whatever he said. It's like, yeah, because you got laid after 20 minutes. Like, yeah, I'm sure everybody would be like, that's a pretty cool date. But
Or when
let's just rip apart Catch Me If You Can for the next 12 minutes.
Yeah, whatever. Girl Scout cookies, they're back.
Are they?
I'm just gonna ask you, fuck, marry, kill. Girl Scout cookies, you got tag-alongs, Thin Mints, and Samoas.
Oh, you're only giving me 3 options here?
Yeah. Those are the 3 best.
I gotta look these up because repeat them for me one more time.
Tag-alongs, Thin Mints, Samoas.
Okay. And I pulled up a little bit of yeah, those are the first 3, Matt. Good for you. Fuck, marry, kill. Okay. Okay, Thin Mints are great, but we might kill them just because I'm looking at the competition here. And
it really comes down to if you like coconut or not.
Yeah, no, I'll marry Samoas. I could eat those all day, every day. The texture, the flavor, the presentation, wrap all those 3 things in one. You're gonna have a top #1 Girl Scout cookie. Be hard pressed to tell me otherwise. And then I'm just, I'm gonna have a little one night stand with the tag-alongs. We got a little peanut butter in there. Can always have fun with a jar of peanut butter. You know what I mean?
God, I would just ravage a tag along.
Like sexually, or you did ask me fuck, marry, kill. So am I supposed to bang the tag-alongs? It's gonna be weird. Do I eat them afterwards? As long as they're not made with that butter with the goddamn mice in it, will be fine.
I think that's how COVID started. But they instead of mice, it was with bats.
COVID started because some fucking bats got into some cream and Christopher Walken served it to his family at Christmas before his wife divorced him for bankruptcy.
I saw there was a clip that's like, this is how COVID actually started, and it was the scene from Anchorman 2 when Champ's like, we serve mainly fried bats around here, but the good quality kind.
I just opened my text and saw that video you sent me. I haven't watched it yet, but kind of upsetting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna marry the Samoas. What are you marrying?
I think I gotta marry the tag-alongs, fuck Thin Mints, and kill Samoas.
The Samoas have a hole in there to bang, though.
Yeah,
Like it's a pre-made hole,
and it's ribbed for your pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, coconut's a natural laxative. I mean, you don't want to be consuming that shit.
I will say the lemonade ones or lemon ups, not bad.
Is there 8 flavors? Am I seeing this correctly?
Yeah. Well, see, do-si-dos aren't good, but if they're gonna be a peanut butter one, just be the tag along.
Dude, the moment we are done recording, I'm gonna get violently hee-hawed and do-si-doed, if you know what I mean.
Do you notice that on the lemon ups it says I am a leader?
Yeah, those acapella dudes definitely prefer lemon ups as their top.
There's a new cookie out that I'm
Explore Mores.
Yeah, we're looking at a s'mores cookie, which if it's done properly, this could be a cookie that could change the world.
Well, and let's just back up a touch. What is this other one? Trefoils? What is that? Shortbread?
Adventurefuls? Or
What
trefoils? Yeah, those have had different. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
These ones.
Yeah. I don't know. They seem like they just are the worst flavored one. But also, can we talk about how Girl Scouts sells cookies and never has financial problems, and then the Boy Scouts are like, I know what will bring us out of this bankruptcy: unbuttered popcorn and wreaths.
What if the Boy Scouts were like, you know what'll bring us back? Cookies.
Yeah. Just rival them.
Yeah.
I'd
Dude,
like
companies do that all the time.
Get Chinese Thin Mints. Like name them something cool.
It's common business practice if you own a large conglomerate that you have your product, right? And then you just make a knockoff product slightly below. You give the people the choice. You give them a little price point difference, maybe a couple extra flavors, a little bit different branding. Same, different. And those watching on YouTube today are getting a real visual. I've been talking with my hands a lot today. So make sure that you check No Brains No Headache out on YouTube and subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell Matt he's ugly. He'll buy you a case of beer.
What?
I mean, what did I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are easily the top 3. I might have to. No, you know what? I'm not going to support Girl Scouts. That's my personal choice, and I'm not going to.
Okay, as low as the moment is of being on a flight where there's an impromptu a cappella singing group on there.
Yeah.
If that's the bottom of it, opening your freezer and finding a sleeve of Thin Mints that you forgot about.
Did you do that?
It happens to me like once every 2 years, and it might be the greatest feeling of all time.
I was about to say, if you came home to some Frescas and Thin Mints, you're sitting pretty.
Yeah, I'm also going to need to change my pants because they will be full of shit.
You know who else is going to have to change their pants? Whoever left the half turd in my toilet.
No, I think they're pretty clean.
All right. What do we have next? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Well, we're doing pretty good for time. Once again, thank you to our loyal listeners for listening today. Honestly, loving the podcast lately. We start off a little slow, but then something happens, about 40 minutes in once we actually start the episode. It's called magic. That's what happens.
There's usually a point where I say something that gets Jordan worked up enough, and then once he comes off of that come up and we start to build back, that's really where we hit our stride.
Big time. So we're gonna end with sports like we usually do because I don't have anything better to talk about. I have a lot to talk about. However, sometimes in my personal life, I just like to keep that personal. Like Matt and I could tell you all about every juicy detail from this weekend. However, we're not going to. If you want to know that information, just reach out personally and I'll talk your ear off for about 2 hours and give you all the juicy stuff. But North Dakota State University football program, we're going to the Mountain West. We talked about this in a prior episode. So I saw a post about it, and it was from just, some random football page, random fan page. And it was like NDSU moving to the FBS. And so the main picture in the middle of this promotional graphic was, in fact, an NDSU guy, right, Matt? the two other, kind of background pictures in the corners. It was two pictures of UND football.
God damn it.
Two very different programs. They both have green, but it's two different colors of green. One has yellow, one does not. The logos, don't even get me started there, but nothing alike. So I thought that was really funny. And then I find out earlier today, one of my most recent Google searches is the actress who plays Miss Davis. I typed in her name followed by naked. I'm a pervert. NDSU, they got some of their schedule. Are they only playing 8 games, or do they have these are the conference games?
They'll have like 1 or 2 non-conference and then probably play like a South Dakota State or a UND.
Yeah, they definitely need to have those rivalry games in there still. But so North Dakota State, their home and away conference games were announced. Matt, we're just going to go through. I'm going to say the school that they're playing. I want to tell you if you think they're going to win or not. Okay? Easy enough? All right. And I'll alternate. Home game against Nevada.
Loss.
For NDSU.
Yep.
Okay. Away game against Air Force.
Win.
I would agree with the win. Home game against Northern Illinois.
Win.
This one actually is pretty sweet. Away game, Hawaii.
Loss.
Home game against UTEP, El Paso.
Loss.
Away game against New Mexico.
Loss.
Home game against Wyoming.
Loss.
And then away game UNLV.
Loss.
So how many wins did you even have?
2.
So going 2-6 in the conference?
Yep.
I think the Air Force is definitely winnable. No offense to them. It's just not a very strong program. What was your other win?
Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I could. Isn't Northern Illinois like one of those cusp teams, just like NDSU? Like, weren't they? I feel like, or is Illinois the state where they just have every direction of Their colleges are just every direction, right?
Yes, there is a million Illinois state schools, and they're all in a different direction.
Southern Illinois, Northern Illinois, Eastern and Western, right? They
Yep.
got all four.
Yep. And then there's like Southeastern Illinois State A&M, and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Chicago has Northwestern, correct? And as a
Yep.
school in Chicago.
And DePaul. Northwestern's way farther north, though. Like DePaul's like on your way to Wrigley.
So are those the two biggest schools in Illinois, would you say?
The University of Illinois is like,
Oh yeah, the Illini. I knew I was missing one. But
and then
still,
Illinois State.
I feel like I'm just discovering now that Illinois really, they just don't have a very like powerhouse program. I mean, Ohio, you got Ohio State. Michigan, you got Michigan State. Penn State. I mean, every state, of that's not in the Great Plains region has like a powerhouse. And then there's Illinois, who's like, you know what? Instead of a powerhouse, how about we just have a school every direction, and then our children can get a good education.
Yeah, because the University of Illinois Chicago is pretty big too.
Loyola?
I thought this was a fake school. DeVry University.
You thought it was like a Phoenix Online?
Yeah.
Same. It's not?
No, there's 32,000 students that go there in Illinois.
It's so funny these colleges can have like tens of thousands of students. You're like, I didn't think that was real. I never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, there's just Southern Illinois. There is 2 different Southern Illinois.
Where the fuck is Xavier?
Isn't that Cincinnati?
Okay. Apparently in Phoenix, there's a Xavier College Preparatory. So no, I don't mean Xavier College Preparatory. I want the actual college. Xavier College, the real one.
That's in Cincinnati.
Why can't this fucking tell me where it is? You promise it's in Cincinnati? You know the kind of day I've been having. I need to know for sure if this is Cincinnati. Where in the fuck is Xavier?
It's in Cincinnati, Ohio.
The way we go on this podcast, I have to see it.
Type in Xavier University. Xavier College is not a fucking thing.
I didn't type in college. I just said Xavier. But I did say where in the fuck is Xavier? And Google is just taking it personally right now because they still just won't tell me.
Stop being an asshole to your phone then.
Is Xavier in... Okay. Private university in Cincinnati, Ohio. That only took me 4 minutes.
If only someone had told you that.
Matt, I can't believe you with the facts that you try to rattle off on this show.
Name, okay, well, there's been a couple, but like, whatever.
You thought DeVry was an exclusively online program.
So did you.
That's true. That is true.
You know who else went to DeVry? The Unabomber.
What about those colleges that are like clearly in a different state, like the University of Pennsylvania Scottsdale campus?
The University of Pennsylvania, University of Ohio in Indianapolis. You're like, okay, what the
Which one is it?
All right. So my brother used to work at Wayne State College.
Great name, by the way.
In Nebraska. And one of their football recruits flew to Wayne State University, who famously does not have a football team, in Detroit.
Like he was trying to go to school and he like booked the flight.
He was trying to go to a recruiting trip and went to the wrong Wayne State.
So did he at least go hang out there for the weekend and check out the campus? Or
he literally like went to the campus and he was like, where's the football stadium at? And then he ended up going to Wayne State, actually.
That is one hell of an oversight. Do you think on his flight there that a group of acapella guys got up and were like, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna sing fucking Wade in the Water
Yeah. Or
for you guys."
like when Oakland, the basketball team, they're like, wow, these guys have a lot of white guys for a basketball team from Oakland. I'm like, you realize it's Oakland County, Michigan, not Oakland, California.
I mean, there's a lot of different, cities and towns and little places. But we as Americans and like probably the whole world, we didn't get too creative with our names. Like there's another Jamestown. There's one in North Dakota. There's one out on the East Coast. There's 2 Moorhead states. There's one less O in one of them.
I mean, in the state of Minnesota alone, there is 150 lakes named Long Lake.
It's kind of upsetting.
Oh.
But I think that is a good place to stop. So everybody, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed my epic rant. I hope you enjoyed Matt just being the goofball that he is. That was episode 287. Make sure you're following us on all of the socials. And up next, we have episode 288. Thank you. Love you.